So anyway, like Curse, like what's your whole take on this whole BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle thing?
The whole fucking smart combo thing. I fucking hate it. Like, what the fuck? It's fucking BlazBlue. Why do they have to take all that technical shit out? Or rather, just keep it optional like they did the whole, like all of the games all starting with the game. But I don't like the smart combo thing. I don't like it. It's fucking AIDS. Okay? It's probably the most upsetting thing about the entire game for me.
Yeah,
I'm
how
still gonna
everything
get
is
it because I
allocated
love
a
the
bit to
series.
literally two buttons.
Yeah, it's no different than a simplified fighter now. It's just you gotta utilize the assists more and be more smart with like your assist combos and all that shit. I don't give a fuck. Anyone can do that with technical shit. Like
Right.
the old Marvel games were kind of technical. I didn't play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 that much, but that game seemed kind of weird for me, and I don't know if it had smart combos in that one. Hell, I don't even know. I can't even remember if the third one did. To be honest with you, it didn't feel like it did. It had easy to
Uh,
pull off super moves, but I knew that the stuff you had to do were far from just simple button mashing.
yeah. Well, I was never particularly good at MVC2 myself, but when the third one came out, it was, I guess you could say they made it like the controls were generally the same kind of, but they made it simpler. Wait a second, no. Like in two, there was light, medium punch, and then the X and circle were like for the kicks. But in three, they allocated like all the regular moves to like the square, triangle, and circle, and then like the special thing. The controls were like very similar to like Blaze Blue, you could say. But in Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2, that shit play it had like Street Fighter controls, but the speed was like highly sped up, and that just I never was good at that. But in three, I did pretty well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
three
it
was
was like a more simplified version, right? You know, actually like the launch up combo and all that stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. It's starting to come back to me now, and I enjoyed MTC3 even though I'm not necessarily a huge Marvel buff. I bought it because I wanted to play as Wesker. So, being petty as that sounds, he was the only character I cared about when I first bought Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Infinite or Ultimate, sorry. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Anyway, the whole BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle thing. I hate the smart combos. I will always hate these smart combos. I will still buy the game just for the sole purpose of being a fan of the series as a whole and this whole Cross Tag Battle thing. Seems kind of interesting to play around with. It's a nice change of pace, I'll call it, but it doesn't change the fact that it's taking all of us out of our roots. Remember the curse of the fucking BlazBlue update. I've had a couple of my friends, the players I have talked to, they have always, some of them have dropped the series because of how many times Arc System has had to update the games throughout the course of the installments, and they had to do so many changes that they completely had to relearn their character, and people got pissed off about that and left the game because of it. No one wants to relearn. They take hours, about 24 hours, possibly 48 weeks, to master their character and be as efficient as you could possibly be in a somewhat veteran competitive play online, or even in tournament. And for one update to fuck all that up, I can understand. I can completely understand people's anger with that. And BlazBlue
Yeah.
Cross Tag Battle is all of that, all of it.
You know, but in one of Maury's interviews with some person, I don't remember, in the interview, he said he specifically wanted people to not see this as just another Blaze Blue game. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about that statement because it clearly says Blaze Blue in the title. It has many more Blaze Blue characters than any other series within the game. And I understand that they have to, you know, make the controls because Persona 4 Arena, the controls are different, and the mechanics in Under Night and Birth are different, and plus Ruby is like a new series coming into, getting together with everyone. So I understand, but it's like I told you like a couple of days ago. I truly believe that the whole circle being like the crash, the tag team thing, and X being something the change button. I totally say that that's due to Persona 4 Arena's controls being like different. Because they put the square and triangle with your regular moves, and then circle was like dealing with your persona, and X was something else. I don't remember. So I honestly think this has to do with a lot of the way that the persona controls were. But now,
Yeah,
but the thing is, in that game it actually worked. I mean, I tried my best. I mean, I I tried my best to play with Rishi and stuff. I did good, but I just fell off with other games. And
Persona 4 Arena, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. It's like Dragon Ball is like that. It's like the auto combos in Persona 4 Arena were optional. Not all the players had to use them to utilize their best combos. They used part of it to get like a good starting going or whatever the case
oh yeah,
may be,
absolutely.
but
Like,
never a
and that
mandatory
that
thing.
naturally does less damage than if you were to put in the actual controls yourself, basically.
Yeah,
Like,
so
even
it's
if you were to
like,
do the same exact combo, but entering the input yourself, it does more damage. More or less
that's
damage,
why
depending
Arena
on
worked. That's why it worked with Arena though, because it was entirely optional.
I mean, I do gotta say,
If you want to compare it to something like Dragon Ball, though, like Dragon Ball, the auto combos are there and they're also optional, but the scaling doesn't affect it though. The auto combos will still do as much damage as they like if you just do them by themselves as they would if you were to do them normally.
yeah.
I do gotta say though, at least the auto combos in Cross Tag Battle and other games like that aren't like Dragon Ball. You can't just keep pressing a button and just get whatever you want out of it. You actually have to.
You actually have to connect with the first move in order for it to continue into the next. You see
So
that?
it's not like as bad as Dragon Ball. I mean, they can't turn right around and get you at the end of the auto combo.
Yeah, and from the amount of time that I played, like against the AI and a couple of times against random people, and especially against the Q, I can say that it's not as shitty as you think it is. It's really good. Like, the more you play it, the more fun and intuitive it you actually see it become. But even though for all three of us, we mainly plays BLAZBLUE, and that has like we use all four of the buttons. Well, five if you count R1 for the rapid and the burst and all that other stuff. But it's mainly allocated to all the square and the triangle and the circle and the X for us doing every single different move on those buttons. And it's very hard to switch like that, to just switch from all of that to all of that just being on square and triangle. But like, if you like change the perception and see it just a little bit differently, then it works. I mean, I don't know if I can say that only because I'm so used to seeing, like, it's easy for me to get behind concepts. Like me, fuck what people think. I'm a Ragnar man, my favorite video game character of all time. I relate a hell of a lot to the guy, even though I may not have his general demeanor. A lot of what he does and says and thinks, I agree.
Well, you don't necessarily have to relate to your favorite character in order to say that they're your favorite character. I mean, look at Pyramid. He's mine. He always will be.
But Ragnar is my favorite because I relate to him so much. Just different reasons. But in terms of Ragnar's animations, when I'm fighting with him, the standing B and his like down his down D and his dead spike, like I recognize all of those moves. And so once I get used to those animations, I'm like, okay, so when I press this button, this is basically his standing B. This is his like crouching like C. This is that and this is that. I'm like, okay, so it's basically like me changing the directions while not switching buttons. Essentially what I'm doing is continuously pressing like square and triangle while not moving my thumb to X and circle. I'm only changing the directions on the D-pad. And I think I'm only able to say this because I'm so used to seeing what Ragnar's animations are. I guess they haven't changed his animations up so much, or I guess I don't know.
You could say the same about Ash.
That's the same case of being Hazard. All this shit's there. There's just a couple of things they took out, which I'm upset about. Is I like using his jump to see and using that as a great means of just sort of crossing people up half the time and then going into my dash and then do a combo to follow up. Can't do that no more. That's gone. Positively, like, I want to do a Shadow Serpent now instead, and just go for like the thing that he does. What used to be called Wind Serpent Bang, but now it's the Shadow Serpent because this is just Ozma by itself, being separated from Jeremy. Just got to just down C, or I guess down C, right on. Tag battle so simplified. That's hilarious. And even using the Ouroboros is kind of wonky for me. I just press B, that's it. And he's only got one follow-up for it. All those neutrals, all these Hazama, these guys who play Hazama amazingly that I love to watch, especially in the tournaments and stuff like that. They're not going to be able to use Hazama the same way in this one.
No.
I'm pretty sure they'll find a way to sort of work with the simplified version of him, but to do some of the crazy shit that they pulled off in tourneys, I can't see that happening this time around. Plus we gotta do, plus this is all about the, the tagging system and the assists and all that bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's heavily based around. I mean, like, in order to do your combo, you gotta use your tag a lot, and that also goes to the comeback mechanic, because you have that little diamond, and you gotta keep on tagging your, like, partner in order to fill it up to, like, level 4.
I believe that is a double-edged sword, because, like, if you get a happy birthday in that game, you can take somebody else's character out real fucking quick.
Yeah, the health is really fucking low in that game. Seriously, you take one full combo and half your HP's gone. Like, and I mean just like one full combo for like a smart combo without any really particular extensions. It's brutal.
Yeah, so that's what I say. It's like a double-edged sword when you're calling out your assists. You need to call the assists out to get that meter filled, but you're also constantly risking them getting hit.
Yeah, I mean, like, oh yeah, going back to like our characters. When I was playing against you, Astral, you recognized some S combos, and it was the same animation. I remember the button. It was just kind of hard for me to kind of beat up in my mind since I'm so used to seeing our animations at different buttons.
Yeah.
I got a hang of it. Now I can get away with stuff I couldn't get away with, like the overhead, and I can just pick you up from the ground now with just my basic buttons. Yeah. And I am projectile, and sadly, they did not let that move where she kind of goes lightly with her distortion. She don't go through people no more.
Yeah, that's where the times that I fought, he tried to like do the super so that he like go through, but it was stopped like right in front of me.
It keeps slipping my freaking mind that I can't do that anymore. That's what threw me off.
If I'm no S player and I don't usually watch a lot of S's, but if what I'm saying is true. I'm guessing in Central Fiction, S's sometimes threw that distortion out and rapid after it went through the opponent to sort of give them a slip up and a mix-up.
Like, it wasn't like really rapid because you can't cancel it. It's you could just go right through them and get to the other side just to get it out of the corner.
Well, I mean, what you can't rapid it like you can with the other distortion in the game.
Nope.
No. The only way for you to cancel out your super is to do another super, and if you don't have enough meter, then it's just you, and you're left up in the air.
I'm not talking cross tag battle. I'm talking about S and Central Fiction.
Oh.
Yeah, in Central Fiction.
You rapid out of that distortion, right? To mix up your opponent? No, okay. That's all I need to know.
She could just go like right through just to get out of there.
Yeah, but I feel like we're making a pretty good mix-up. Anyway, I'm digressing. But, I think I should have said my piece about this game already. I don't think it's by any means a bad game. It's just going to throw off a lot of veteran voices, and some of them might even be turned off entirely by this because of how simplified the controls are. I've had a couple of my other buddies tell me that they're not going to even waste their money on this game. It's like they don't like this shit that much that they feel like it's just not worth it, especially not at full price anyway.
Yeah, but you know, one night I just decided to get into Ruby because you know this goes back again to the character selection for the game. And fine, I guess I'll admit that I do know that unfortunately there's a shit ton of people out there who play Persona, and the Persona community is filled with nothing but a bunch of fucking shitbags. It's just the way it is. But I digress again. Rise is not the most popular character. The most popular goes to the boyish-looking detective Naoto Kurogane and the Persona 3 characters like Mitsuru and Akihiko. See, the thing is, I was so convinced that they were going to put like the full investigation team in there since they already had like the sprites, and I know it's not just a copy and paste game, not at least not completely, but I thought it would be something simple for them to do. And with all these leaks now, I'm seeing that she's not getting put in there at all. But you know what? I'm fine because I've gotten into Ruby now. I've watched all of the volumes, the episodes, everything. And I'm a huge Ruby fan now, and specifically of Ruby herself. And in an ironic, or maybe unironic twist of fate. So, but it doesn't make the pain like any more, well, that much more easier to deal with. Because seeing as Rise is the #1 character that I want, I didn't want anybody else. She's the only one that I really wanted. I'm like, okay, sure. She's. I figured that if I only wanted one character, then I thought they had a good chance of getting in, especially if they were from like the main team of the investigation team in the main game that's getting put in here. But I'm guessing she's not. I don't know if she's gonna come later or if this truly is the finished roster or what. But even if it's not, I'm okay with it. But I'm still just a little bit annoyed.
I don't have high expectations for this game's lifespan. I don't think it's going to survive that long, unless Artisans pull something amazing out of their ass to sort of make the experience better, because this whole 20 DLC thing is fucking load crap anyway, and it already caused a shitload of controversy, and the game's not even out yet. So, and I'm pretty sure anybody would be upset if their favorite character was not included in like an upcoming fighting game that they're looking forward to. Yeah. I would have been like, I can live. I told you guys I can live with this Cosmo, right? But I would have been pissed if Termi wasn't put in the game. Yeah. So pissed I would have debated on getting it. I probably wouldn't have got it. There was a chance because I already hate this fucking smart combo shit. Termi not being in the game. I don't even care if he's DLC. I'll pay for him again. I don't give a fuck. But the smart combo shit that pisses me off right now. Plus him not being included. Now, I love Hazama, but not enough so that he would be the only character I'm going to stick because then I have to wait. I have to think about who the hell am I going to pick up as my second character for the whole damn time. I don't want to do that. So at that point, unless that the whole 2v2 player, two players thing.
Yeah, now I'm really hoping for that mode. I'm like, if they implemented that mode in Dragon Ball FighterZ.
That's going to be their only saving grace as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, but I'm not sure even that will happen.
If that mode is not in there, I'm going to be dropping that fucking game by 100%. I mean, it may be upsetting to hear, but that's it.
Oh no, hell, I completely understand actually myself.
Yeah. I mean, we got Dragon Ball.
Fuck yeah,
but it turns out Q was the lucky one this time. He's got all of them. He's got his 9, the S, and Yuzu, or just Yuzu. That gets me.
9, S, and who?
And Yuzuhira from Unnight in Birth.
Q likes all of the new characters right now.
No, they're not new.
Kinda. Well, Yuzu isn't.
Not Yuzu.
Not Yuzu, but S and 9 are relatively new. Well, I mean, well, they've been around since the very beginning, but they only have been
They're new to the
playable in the very
roster.
latest games.
They're new to the roster. That's what I mean. I don't do shit
And
about
Haku
it.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't forget that my old main Haku Man before 9.
You never fucking talk about it, so how could we?
I had before.
I remember. Oh yeah, I remember you talking about him yesterday.
But as far as H-Man,
But I mean, I remember that when we talk about older BlazBlue games, I have brought up Haku Man before.
I would definitely talk about the older BLAZBLUE games, but if we were sticking to the new ones, it'd be all about 9 and S. They didn't talk about Aquaman. So as far as I'm concerned, he's just showing underneath the chick.
Yep.
Barely, his fucking armor's collecting dust. Get fucked. Give the body back to Termy already. I'll go seasonal.
Dude, this must be my curse. It's like I already have my most #1 favorite character of all time in the game, so why would they give me anyone else, huh? Is that it? Fucking fools.
That's what happens when you like the main character, I guess.
You know what? Hell, maybe you're right.
At least you got for Ogden and Ruby, they have a unique intro, so.
Yeah, I like Ruby a shit ton.
The weapon is so cool. Look at it. See you later.
Alright. I get it, alright.
It's really funny when, was it S and Ruby on our team because,
oh yeah, I've seen that. He's like, do you also desire the Asher? He's like, actually, I'm just interested in your weapon. I'm like,
no, it's like whenever they finish off in like a team and like she says, now can I see your sword? And S says, no. She's just straightforward with it, just no.
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 That's fun. That's fun.
But in all honesty, just the good points, huh?
Hold on, sorry, I was just saying because like Azrael and Hazama have a unique intro, so.
The game's good. Like me and Q played a shit ton of matches, and it becomes you get used to it really fast. Like hell, I'm not saying that this verifies anything. I'm just adding this to support my case. Even Maximilian himself, the one who doesn't play anime fighters and he just not into this shit or whatever, he legitimately says that out of like all the BlazBlue games, and even Guilty Gear or whatever, this is his favorite one. And he likes it the most. He even stated that in one of his videos. He said it's a really fun game.
DPs are retarded.
Yeah, he can. I watched one of his gameplay videos with he plays as Ruby and Gordo, just as scythe users and stuff. I'm like, okay, I can get behind that. And the amount of times that this Weiss DP'd him, he's like, oh my god, these people throw out DPs like their life depends on it. I'm like,
of course he had. Well, I don't blame him. He's using 2 of the characters that are best characters on that beta. Literally.
But you know the funny thing is, I can't blame him for using Gordo, because he doesn't know about the crazy shit that Gordo is capable of, even in his own game. He wouldn't know because he don't play Under Night and Birth, so he wouldn't know. So I can't blame him for not knowing.
I'm so blame for you.
Oh my god.
Gordo's fucking retarded. Ruby, she's manageable, but shit, is she fat? Thank you guys, man. And her DP's stupid. You can hardly punish it.
Yeah.
Well, from what I saw in the game, they treat the DPs like reversals. They're not supposed to be punished.
Well, if you bait somebody out with that, you can counter them like really hard, and you already know that combos, well, legitimate combos in that game does a shit ton of damage. And if somebody DPs and a person blocks it, that's half their health gone right then and there. So, like I said, everything in that game is kind of like a double-edged sword. You just have to really know what you're doing.
Well, when the whole game comes out and I play around on the training mode, we'll find, I guess I'll decide which role which I'm going with. Until
Mm.
that time, just gotta hope it's got that mode. If it doesn't have that mode, we'll probably be spending more time on Dragon Ball even if it does have that mode, because if it did have that mode, it'd only be two of us on the same page. Might as well just stay with Dragon Ball, because at least all three of us can be on the same game.
Yeah.
I mean,
Unless we find like another.
You remember that Astro?
Hmm?
Remember when I just put out my DP and then you punished me so freaking hard? And then I tried to punish your DP, but you recovered so freaking
Well, Ruby's at least. Where Ragnar's, his is, well,
no,
words are unnecessary with Ragnar's.
I got you on Ragnar.
Yeah.
But she still goes forward when she does her DP, so they really took her forward mobility of that DP and put it in there to make it even worse. And I swear, if I could cancel it, I would have been safe on all that stuff. Every time I did a DP on Play Blue, or
I guess you could just cancel it out.
I would always cancel it.
Yeah, and you can't do that. The thing is, like, if you do a reversal in that game, that's like literally the only thing you can do. There's no rapid in that game, so you can't cancel it. And like, you can't call out an assist while you're doing the reversal. You can't do anything. So it's like if you do a DP, then you gotta really commit. You gotta be 100% sure that it's gonna work. And if not, well, then you just fucked off half of your health.
Literally. That's why I kept waiting until someone who can take care of that kind of stuff, like Aquaman, or you.
I was gonna bet that 9 square button is gonna be like her B in Central Fiction, where she just like blows wind at you.
Oh my god, I hope not. I really hope it stays on B and just keep the water at A.
I hope they get rid of that fucking rock.
Oh no, that rock's here to stay.
Oh no, hell no. It ain't about to rock my fucking world anymore.
And I'm gonna rock a lot of people's world with it.
No. I wonder what her DP is probably going to be when she
counter assault. Oh wait, no, when she is it's called nature flex, yeah.
Yeah, I mean I don't know what it does, but like when she already has like a spell ready and you press like down, back, and square or something, and it blows people away. It gives her invincibility.
It literally gives her a buff.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be her DP. I can already see. The only difference is in this game, it's not gonna really. Well, who knows? Shit.
Dude, it's buff there, man. Oh my god. But I doubt it. If she has no magic, then I doubt it will do anything. But if she does, then might as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they only buffed it to where it only does 50 more damage.
Oh wow, that's nothing.
Oh, not unless she's in overdrive, then it does like 200 extra damage.
Oh, that's a little bit better. So, case in point, the only thing that really hurts my heart with this game, well, at the moment, is the fact that Risei wasn't included over the Persona 3 characters. Like, sure, fine, I get it. Every Persona character that's in there right now is literally from Persona 4 Arena. I mean, except Teddy, but hell, Teddy is not a very liked character. In fact, I would even go so far as to say he's hated by at least 80% of the community. And I don't hate Teddy. He's alright, but it's not like I really care about him much to begin with. So, whatever. My fucking reason. And the only one who can heal my broken heart is Ruby.
I said my piece about it already. Auto combo, this smart combo shit, I'll by all means, I will get used to it, but that doesn't mean I'll like it. I don't even like the auto combos in Dragon Ball, but I would have because it's a feature and
Yeah. You'll get
Kind of
used
with
to it
the
real
smart
fast. You could
combos
even do
in
the
Dragon
block
Ball.
strings the same, kind of. Like
Much more
those long ass block
satisfying when you
strings
get.
in like Central Fiction, all the Blaze Blues. I figured out
Right.
how to really extend my block string a lot.
Counter it.
And even without using the assist. And so I'm like, oh, okay. So you just figure it out, even though,
And a universal overhead's so fucking weird. So for like S, for example, you know how she does that crescent and it goes all the way around?
yeah.
I have to press that neutral in everything
I
even
don't
do it.
mean to cut. I don't mean to cut your explanation short, but I really would like to go to bed. So if you want to wrap this up, I'd be very much grateful.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So,
But
Sorry, as much as I'd like to stay up later, I don't have to fall asleep on you guys.
oh,
okay,
okay.
I got it.
All right. How about this? Everybody say their verdict. Okay, my verdict is the game is ridiculously fun. It was annoying to get used to, but now I've gotten used to it. I love Ragnar. I love Ruby. They're my favorite characters throughout here. I'm sad Rise couldn't come because I wanted it to be BlazBlue Persona, but you know what? BlazBlue and Ruby is totally fine with me, and I love Ruby's personality. She is love. So, and I'll continue to play it. That's it.
I mean,
Smart
I
combo.
guess. But
Smart combo. Smart combo. I don't like it, but I tolerate them. I will tolerate them for the sake of being a fan of this series. I've loved BlazBlue since 2011, and I ain't gonna change. Not even through bullshit like this. My characters are in there. I'll be fine. Just give me some fucking time.
It's just, yeah.
I mean, kind of what Chris said about the characters and, you know, the controls. I mean, I'll make myself get used to it. And it-
If you're listening, our system, I fucking God. This 2v2 shit doesn't happen. You get kiss that game, you're like, I'm going back on your Dragon Ball. Make more, I'll give you more money towards that instead. You're a brilliant fucking fighting game company, man. As far as I'm concerned, you're better than Capcom. And I may be sure you're people saying this, I don't give a shit. Our system works, they have questionable business practices, but Capcom has fucking robbed people, okay? So, keep up the great work. Don't rob us.
All right then.